Yesterday we began looking at some of the things that Solomon sets forth in the book of Proverbs in regard to government. Today we're going to continue in that study by beginning in Proverbs chapter 30, verses 29 through 31. Here Solomon makes the statement that there are three things which are stately in their march, even four which are stately when they walk: the lion which is mighty among beasts and does not retreat before any, the strutting rooster, the male goat also, and a king when his army is with him. The kings with their armies are described as being stately in their march. The fact that they command such a force demands respect, and the mention of such military might also reminds us of the responsibility of rulers to bear the sword, as Paul sets forth in Romans 13 and verse 4. Solomon goes on to say that when the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase, Proverbs 28:28. And then in the very next chapter, Proverbs 29 and verse 2, he says, when the righteous increase, the people rejoice, but when a wicked man rules, the people groan. The wise man here implies that the one who hides themselves from wicked rulers are not other wicked persons who deserve punishment. Righteous kings punish the wicked, but wicked kings do not. Instead, wicked kings are a cause of fear to those who do what is right. Therefore, the righteous hide themselves. Interestingly, the righteous increase, not necessarily when wicked rulers are replaced with righteous rulers, but simply when wicked rulers perish. The righteous are capable of prospering with or without civil authorities over them because of their reliance upon the providence of God and also submission to His rule. Yet righteous rulers are still able to be a blessing to the people of a nation. Solomon says that loyalty and truth preserve the king, and he upholds his throne by righteousness, Proverbs 20 and verse 28. A king who desires his throne to be established must rule with mercy, truth, and righteousness. Many in positions of power are concerned solely with enriching themselves and care little for the people. Yet a righteous king will remember his obligation before God to follow his instructions and do what is right. Solomon says that it is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but the glory of kings to search out a matter. As the heavens for height and the earth for depth, so the heart of kings is unsearchable, Proverbs 25, verses 2 and 3. These verses are discussing different levels of authority. God is able to conceal a matter because He is over all, including the king. Now the king might search out a matter, but even in his position there are certain things of God that are unknowable to him. Furthermore, the fact that he must search out a matter reminds us of the fact that the king is only human. He does not have perfect knowledge of everything. Therefore, God, in His omniscience, is and always will be greater than the king. Then Solomon says, the heart of kings is unsearchable. Just as the king might search out matters known only to the one who is greater than he is, which would be God, we might search out matters known only to the king who rules over us. We cannot know the hearts of those in power any more than we can know the mind of God, unless it is revealed to us. Solomon says, take away the wicked before the king, and his throne will be established in righteousness, Proverbs 25:5. Friends, kings are only human. They can be influenced by evil around them. Therefore, if the king is surrounded by wicked advisers, then he will act wickedly. If these advisers are removed, then wickedness can be avoided. And when wickedness is avoided and righteousness is practiced in its place, then his throne will be established. And Solomon then reminds us that riches are not forever, nor does a crown endure to all generations, Proverbs 27:24. God's reign is the only one that is eternal, friends. Human rulers hold power for just a short period of time by comparison. Therefore, all men, both in and out of positions of power, need to remember the limitations of civil authority and submit to the one with ultimate authority, which is our Heavenly Father. Friends, we thank you for joining us for our program today, and have a blessed day.